So I saw on your TikTok that there is a story behind Control Alt Delete. Can you share it with us?
So Control Alt Delete is based off a couple of stories. So there's always drama sometimes, on a night out with your girls or your friends, where somebody's boyfriend or girlfriend makes them cry, and it's just a hot mess, and it's not a real night till someone cries. And so Control Alt Delete is honestly just about focusing on the friend group that you're with and having fun and Control Alt Deleting the drama.
Yes. So now your name, Rêve, it means dream.
It does.
Can you tell us how you became Rêve?
Yes. So I really wanted to find a name that paid homage to Montreal, where I'm from. So I definitely wanted a French name. Dream kind of encapsulated the music or the sounds that are in the music that you hear. So it's just stacked harmonies. It's very ethereal. It's kind of whimsical. And for me, Rêve just encapsulated that.
I read a story about you about how in 2014, you performed the national anthem at a Montreal Canadiens game. And then after that, you were getting like a ton of calls and everyone wanted to turn you into pop star. And you kind of paused on all of that.
Yeah. So after all of the attention that came from, the Habs, viral video, I felt a lot of pressure to put something out right away. But truthfully, I didn't really know who I was as an artist. But at the time I was doing very straight down the middle bubblegum stuff that that didn't really hit home with me. And after a few months of doing that and putting out my first single that didn't feel very authentic to who I was. I didn't even know who I was as an artist, but it made me really stop to pause to think about what I wanted to say, what I wanted to sound like, what messages I wanted to communicate. And I worked for 4 years developing that. And I sat in all sorts of rooms with all sorts of genres. And I think the thing that spoke to me most was just dance, like back to the music that I love listening to, that I'd want to hear out, like on a night out on the town.
So I also saw that you were in London for a 2-week writing session. Can you tell us kind of what was happening in London?
London was one of the most incredible trips of my life. I was lucky enough to be for the first week at a writing camp with some of my heroes in the dance community. I mean, people who have, produced with Mark Ronson. We were in Mark Ronson's old studio, which was just like the energy in there was just so crazy. They finished Uptown Funk in that studio. Amy Winehouse had, been there at some points. Lady Gaga had been in that studio. And also just, like I said, like meeting some of my heroes, like the most humble people you would ever meet. But then you find out that, they wrote Britney Spears tracks. They wrote Toxic, but you would never know.
Okay. So has anything come from that session or those 2 weeks that we might get to hear soon?
Absolutely. I'm sitting on about 2 full albums worth of music. And I would say that about 25% of that was written in London. And I'm really excited to share that.
Okay. Well, we are so excited to play it once it comes out.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm excited to share it with you.
Amazing. Thank you so much for your time, Rêve.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for having me.